like it. I gotta be careful about that, you know what I'm saying? Even though they, the world is the way it is right now. Some crazy things, you know what I mean? Not that I'm thinking a certain way. But we over here with the thugs. What's happening? You want to say peace? Got the left hand out. Excuse the left hand. I just say peace. Okay, cool. It is said peace. And we in the game. We sitting out here with the sun. I'm about to show y'all the view real fast. Boom, boom. Feel the waves coming in. Oh yeah, it feels really good and nice. UVs is hidden. Oh yeah, man. That's what's up. Let's zoom into the sun real fast. A lot of things going down in the world, man. A lot of things is happening. So, we can, on my other channel, I was going to chop it up about this over there because, I do talk about, they feel the love. You see the love? Oh, they feel the love, man. All right. Uh-oh, she turned around. Oh, what's going on? What's happening? She turned around. Oh, y'all loving each other. Okay, my bad. Okay. So, anyhow, they feel the vibration, man. They know what's up. Anybody behind us, let me check it one more time, y'all. We should have a little bit of nobody really jumping over on the area on us. All right, man. Now, I was going to talk about this on my other channel because, I had I commented on one of the bros' football channels, and he was a prominent one, and I dig him, and I ain't trying to be extra with him, but I just had to speak some type of facts, and he wanted to respond, and I just thought I'd be able to chop it up about it on this channel a little bit more. That's all, so we just gonna jump right in, man. There's a lot of things going on in this world, You seeing a lot of, they say a lot of like so-called black folks taking their power back. This is some true natural shit. We may not have the money, but we do have the essence and the spirit and the gift and our connection to the Most High, which is a very valuable thing that money can't buy. It's really cool. If that's all we got, we're in good hands, big dog. The only thing that's left is for us pretty much to unite. So in order to do that, you gotta weed out all the little snakes, cut the grass pretty low, man, because as a whole unit, the world is starting to see us starting to come together. As far as like on a business standpoint, they see that we don't hate the world, so that's good. And that they know that they've been fed a false narrative, and that we had inside, damages. Hey, what's happening? Let's say, Amaru. I hope I said it right. And hello. I'm saying hello. I can't see the name because the sun is just bright on it. So I was just chiming in about Deion Sanders. If y'all know about Deion Sanders, I had a comment that was, replied to on one of the prominent channels that I kind of still dig with. He took, from Jackson State and gave him a job up in Colorado, so that was cool. But at the same time, I kind of just, he responded to me on that channel, so I know better I could talk over here. I was going to do it over there, but I had to do it over here a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a fuller, attention, a broader attention span. Everybody else over there wants to see me work out or something. I could be playing in or something else. But anyhow, though, with the whole little Coach Prime situation, we all understand it's about the money, and we felt pretty sad. Say shout out to the thugs. They want to say peace. Say what's up, Debo? You want to come say hi? It's the left hand. Say peace to everybody. What's up? What's up? You know what I mean? So we got the confirmation. We got the they're gonna let us say what's up. All right, gonna let us talk about what we gotta talk about. So when we're dealing with the community, man, as far as like with us, man, it's kind of hard for us to get along with each other because we still having money to kind of separate us. And those who've been in the hood, we know now what it really takes to actually still thrive and be as one and still function, because there's a lot of things that go in the neighborhood, and we're facing willingly cluster B personality disorder at its finest, psychopathic, histrionic motherfuckers that don't nobody see on a regular basis but us. All right, so now you see, as when we're dealing with the whole little Deion Sanders situation, not giving JSU any props, and it's like we don't really care. First I'm gonna say that people from Jackson really don't even give a damn really no more. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to make Coach Prime look good in front of the man. That's what he wanted to look good in front of. We wanted to make him look good in front of him. This is for Brother Neely with his, the brother that had his little podcast. And I would have did it on my other channel, but it's cool to put it over here though. Love this guy. I got y'all, baby. Hold on. They just want to be all down and shit. And so, you know, to not mention it, that's on him personally, to not mention, you know, Jackson State, which gave him the chance, as far as like to show the coaching, so we can show an example to the world that we got someone also. Now, if it was about the people instead of the money, he would have took a pay cut, and then would have came out and worked themselves to a conclusion to be able to draw a lot of the power that he had of the former NFL players who wanted to just get down and play, who wanted to coach, who seen the incident, was inspired by Coach Prime coaching at JSU. That's what made everybody want to coach in the first place, not him going to the Buffaloes. Now, to see that happen, you got a chance to see what the cluster B personality, the evaluate and discard mechanism is all about. Because it was done right before your eyes. And it happens to a lot of people who have this type of personality disorder. They'll idolize and devalue and then discard you. And if you notice on a personal level with Dion, you know, and like I say, we're at a point where we can actually promote our own leagues at this point now. It's a reason for it, you know, and then they devalue his son before the whole world for us to see. Like, dude, this is, I don't know if he don't understand this, you know what I mean? Because the money is so dangling in front of his face that you would have did it more for the people. You had leaving little Bootsy want to go to Jackson State, man. I'm from Jackson, so I already know. So you had little Bootsy want to go to school. You know who that was going to inspire? The other kids who want to go to Jackson State or go to some HBCU that another historic football Hall of Famer is coaching at now, without no strings and ties to the NFL no more. Now these coaches can come together and put the money together instead of just going to a certain owner and begging for their son to be a starter and showing like at his job he's getting devalued at his job. Normally if we get devalued at a job, niggas get up and walk away. But this motherfucker love money so much that it's like, yo, and that's what they wanted, to break it. But it's like, yo, man, build your own. It's in every form of fashion. It's telling this motherfucker to build your own. Stick with your own. Whatever you got problem you had going with, you guys could have generated more money than we could have possibly imagined, according to I'm talking as these people. Like they seen that with the Tennessee football game in Jackson State. Nobody got hurt or nothing, man. Our culture came through, marching bands walking down the street. We got the light. We got everybody rolling with us, man. You know, and Muggs is getting mad about the shortens in the stands. We understand that, but we have to fix that later. We have to fix that because people was coming together. We just at the beginning. We had cluster B personality disorder traits, and motherfuckers still want to hide the fucking side pieces and shit. We learned this being in a toxic environment. But we would have panned that out. We would have took the time instead of just jumping ship and trying to devalue in Jackson altogether, which is the most independent black folk state that we know in the nation. Me and that damn nigga, we can actually have our own anything. Everybody will come right there, and we have a Jackson football team now. Now we got Mississippi football team, man. Whatever name we give it. Now we can compete against the other owners now. Now you inspired other players, but you didn't want to do it, man. So now you see with the shit we're trying so hard to get Shador accepted by the man, because this was the comment was to get accepted, you know, by man, not the man, but just man in general, and not by God, by the all creator. Like, yo, man, have your own now, G. If that's one thing you ever learned in the HBCU, even though it could be whatever inside, but the main thing is, nigga, we got our own. Hey, we may not got the best shit, but hey, we got something. That's what you should learn. Now the curriculum is finna change up in the HBCU. It's like, yo, man, everybody's gonna be teaching and learning true history now and shit. Oh, sorry, coming in. Look at that. Look at that. Don't bring that water in. They know what we're talking about, B. Because this affects our people on a grand scale. You know, nobody has came together and put no grocery stores in the hood, man. And we gotta really address that. So we don't really. It's not about people no more. You know, with that power of money, and I don't care if coulda, shoulda, woulda. With that amount of money, you can get 5 friends to come together and say, yo, man, since we like food so much, let's go ahead and make our own grocery store chain. Unless y'all got a no-gag order or some shit that y'all can't come together and make a grocery store, pair with some black farms, buy some land and shit like that. I guess y'all couldn't do that. I guess it was in your contract. I guess you got to give your son up and make him play for a team that was going to devalue him in the first place, and now you hoping so he can come back and try to do it again. And see, like the old Negro spirit, nigga. Oh, Negro spirit. Oh, he gonna get right. And what, we just gonna sit there and just like, you know, we may bet on him or something. Well, we get our entertainment filled, our entertainment bellies full by looking at him, you know, perform. You know, it's not the same no more, man. You know, as far as like, the jig is up. Nobody's putting their money nowhere to help nobody. So it can't be about the money for forever, you know? It seems like it's more about, you know, the self-gratification more so. Not the uniting and bringing together certain things, you know? Whereas, hey, where I came from, if a nigga put you on first, you supposed to give them niggas props for the rest of your goddamn career, for what I know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying it. It's like, you know, so, but that's okay. They ain't got to say shit about Jackson because the Most High and the ancestors working right down there, you know? So, with that being said, I didn't want to go too far in it, but I did want to just chop it up on the cluster B personality disorder. That's why we can't come together. This is why celibacy is a must. You know, we still in their league. We're complaining about somebody's getting mistreated at a job. What can the public do? We demand for the coaches fired. We don't really care about none of that shit. None of that shit apply to us no more, man. We don't care about shit. We'll cheer you on because it's your dream. If it's one of your dreams to be in the NFL and to play football, you know, black folks will cheer you on because it's yours. You know, we don't want to naturally overall hate on somebody. You know, but it's like if this is we know that we're all connected. So when Coach Pond said, like, leave the black out of it. It's like in an interview, he was interviewing damn near most of the people he got from Jackson State. He happened to bring Jackson State to Colorado. It's not that you say individually, I got these people a job. That's what they want you to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got these people a job. They're working for me in Colorado now. But it's like they almost had to denounce Jackson State damn near. And we already know at Jackson State, it's an HBCU. And so when bro said, like, leave the black out of it or something, man, it's evident. But you know, if you want to please the world, you want to be in the Hall of Fame, I guess that's what you want to do. We don't give a fuck about the Hall of Fame. I don't even know who's in the Hall of Fame. I just know some cold ass players, and that's it. And you know, they just want to flaunt money in our face, and we don't really care about money because money's not going to change unless your mindset is changed. If you got a cluster B personality disorder, and we ain't gonna be able to do shit anyways. You know, ain't nothing gonna profit, ain't nothing gonna happen, ain't nothing gonna do nothing. You know, so so that's what that is, and I wish the best for Shador. Because he's one of the chosen ones, basically, as far as like dealing with the situation, dealing with the devaluing in front of everybody, you know, still striving to be professional in their league. I salute Shador for trying to be that way, you know, being professional in their league and not talking ill about the coach and staffing. And even though when it was shown with clear signs of gaslighting and projection thrown his way, what's up, man? You know, he still kept the composure, which is a good thing. It wasn't triggered or nothing like that. But however, man, it's a sign for everyone to get back into your entrepreneurship. If you got loves online, it's like, yo, man, doing little things entrepreneurially. But just imagine when we all do it, you know? When we all do things entrepreneurially, we'll all support one another, you know? We won't be so quick to give our bread away like that. We actually support one another, and we'll be thriving. But you gotta be celibate though. You gotta be celibate. You gotta be celibate for a season. And I did want to talk about it's a situation up in Minnesota that went down. You know, those situations, man. These are sad situations. Even if they're acted out or not. It's a lot of things going on in the world. That's why I get your spirit down right. It ain't about the money too much no more. If you can have land, you get land. You know. That's why they only give it to certain people who kind of earn their way to the top, who will listen, you know, all the way to the command and statues and all that shit when you join a professional team, you know. And if you act out any way, they're gonna make you look crazy and shit because they're giving you all this money. And if you do get hit in your head every goddamn game and shit, you ain't supposed to talk all the time. You let a player I just know a player that won the Super Bowl twice, man, and the motherfucking cold, man. But you can tell he talk a little different, act a little different because he getting hit in the head all the goddamn time. But he's cool as a motherfucker though. My boy TC and shit. Hope he don't be mad at me and shit, man. But you know, yeah, man. So anyhow, it happens though. It happens sort of. You know. But however, you know, it's just to show you the devaluation that took place. It's not like it wasn't like it just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So that's the last I'm gonna touch on that on this channel. And as long as you're trying to please mugs and not trying to build in yourself, you're trying to build in your own community, you know, which we're doing right now, and the world's seeing it. That's why everybody's afraid of niggas like delineating or just coming together, whether we had the FBA or the regular foundational American or the regular, you know, just ninja, whatever we had, whatever name and title they give us, the more the MUUR, you know, whichever one. Once we do the spiritual work, this is how we'll come together. Ain't no other way. Ain't no other way to the kingdom. You know what I mean? So we'll bypass all of the covenant, the money, the wanting people to do things for us. You know, there's a lot of things, man. The separatism. We'll all be reaping, you know, what we sow. Like truthfully, like right now, our harvest was being taken away from us not too long ago, but now we'll be able to keep our harvest. But I will reap something and our harvest be good and it was snatched. You know, spiritually speaking too. But now we're at a point where it's like, you know, the only way you can do this is if you go within, man. There ain't no other way. It's the celibacy. That's it. The celibacy is the only way. We're never united. That's why our powers are the ones that's doing it, the powers are splitting up amongst everybody. The information is dropping. Everybody's getting the downloads. That's because everybody's getting stronger every day, every night. You know? And we're starting to see through the deception of like the sports and all that. When you're seeing through the deception of the sports and all their little funny trickery, their little gaslighting, projection statuses and stuff like that, you won't even mess with it no more, man. It's like you won't even look at sports. They use magnetic balls, man, to kick field goals with. They got the games planned. People jumping off sides. People being paid by all kind of people, man. It's not a fair time to be in sports at all. It's not really fair. You know, they try to control your creativity in sports now, which they actually regulate your actual creativeness. It's not a time to be in sports, in their sports, unless you have your own sports, man. And I'm not to say not to do your sports, but some people say don't do sports. But do sports. But don't watch out for their professions, because you tend to sign a lot over in your own freedom and shit. Before you know it, you can't do this, that, and the third. Hey, y'all. I got you. So, yeah, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and jump up off of here, and I'll deal with you on the next one. Hey.